What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It is your girl, Vet Green, coming back with you again on this Think and Grow podcast. And I got my partner in crime here, the Joker. What's going on with you, bro? What's going
Yeah,
on?
hanging in there, doing what it do live here on Think and Grow 716 Live. What's going on with y'all today?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. This world is crazy. I tell you, this world is definitely crazy. We got some hot topics that we are going to be getting into, and we also want to hear from y'all out there. Okay, do not be shy. If you are listening to us right now, even on the radio side, make sure you tap in with us. You can send us a message. You can hop in the live. Well, hop in here and tell us what you want to talk about. Hop in the comments, but we are definitely here for you guys. I got a lot that I want to talk about. Some things that I found out recently about what's going on here in Buffalo. It seems to be a lot of deaths that have gone unsolved, which is scary to me. Like you don't even hear about it. I was actually on Mayor Brown's live the other day. It may have been yesterday. It was yesterday actually, and they were talking about the mass shooting that I call him Hate did on May 14th here in Buffalo. He was actually sentenced yesterday, and there was an outbreak in the courtroom, and that's the video that I had sent. What did you think about that outbreak? And if you guys out there are listening saw what happened during that time, make sure you tap in with us in the comments and let us know your thoughts about what happened in that courtroom, and was it justifiable? How would you feel if one of your family members were shot down in cold blood and they were doing nothing, just minding their own business and just living life, and they were shot down in cold blood? Because that's exactly what this guy I call hate, his name is Peyton Gendron, did when he decided to drive hundreds of miles to Buffalo to just commit a hate crime, because that's what he did. And no apology can ever bring back their loved ones. There were 10 people who will never see their family again. There's 10 and not only that, there's a whole neighborhood that's still reeling with emotions from this. Remember, right after it happened, I went down and spoke to some of the citizens out there, and just the trauma that they were exhibiting, and just talking to some of the older men that that they've been there 40, 50 years, and they had never witnessed anything like that, and to be scared or filled with any type of anxiety because they can't go into this grocery store anymore. It's just beyond me. And to think that, for me, and you let me know your thoughts on this, the Joker. I don't think life in prison is enough. I mean, I just don't think that it's enough. And I know this is the very first time that the state of New York actually, it was domestic terrorism that he was charged with, and it actually went through. And it's the first time that that charge was actually held in the state of New York. So big ups to the state of New York for even getting that done. But what now is my question. Like, there's still trauma in that neighborhood. What now? What do we do now? And how are you guys feeling? So I just want to go through what he got charged with, and I'm just going through the different news stations. Everybody, you guys can look this up as well. So if you are not aware, if you have been under a rock, Peyton Gendron, Hate as I call him, came to Buffalo, drove hundreds of miles from his hometown to Buffalo to commit this mass murder. And what he did was he changed many people's lives. Not only the 10 people who were murdered in cold blood, but their families, the people in that neighborhood. There was so much that was done that you may not be able to see it, but I'm sure that the people that are living there can feel it every day. I haven't gone into that grocery store yet. Do you know anybody that's gone into the grocery store, the Joker?
Oh yeah, my family. My dad goes there all the time. He goes there
Yeah.
to check on everybody. And I believe a lot of the church organizations go there and do prayer, and keep the place in good vibration.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of counselors go there to help out some of the coworkers that worked there, or that were even off that day, come in, that's working to help them out with their with some therapy and stuff like that. So
Oh, well,
it's a
that's
lot of
good to
help.
know.
It's a lot of good help going on in the Tops Friendly Market store when this tragedy happened. So yeah, so my dad is real good in the community, and he's one of the ones that come and help and check up on everybody and make sure everybody's good. So
Yeah, I wonder if I saw your dad when I had went and spoke to some of the gentlemen that were out there. And we want to hear from you all as well. If you are watching this live, you feel free to call in and voice your concerns, or give us an update about some things that we may not have talked about or may not even know here at 716 Live in the Think and Grow with Beck Green podcast. Like I was saying, I was on a live yesterday, and the call-in number, everyone, is area code 716-288-5423. Again, that's 716-288-5423. And the Joker is going to put it up on the screen momentarily. I'm just going to say it one more time, everybody. If you want to call in and talk to us, that number is area code 716-288-5423. So going back to the live that I was on with DA Flynn, and the live that I was listening to with DA Flynn and Mayor Brown, there was a woman that I met on there, and she was talking about her family member that had gotten murdered, and there's nothing that's being done about it in her eyes. That's her perspective. And the young lady who had gotten murdered, and forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong, I believe it's pronounced Jalia. I believe it's pronounced Jalia Marrero. So if anyone out there is listening and you have any information about this murder that was done, please call in and enlighten us. Give us some information, because there's families out here that want answers. They need closure. I can't imagine how it feels to have a loved one murdered and feel as if no one is doing anything about it. We had Tyler Lewis' mom up here about a week and a half ago talking about her son who was murdered, unfortunately, on the UB campus. And still, there's no answer. She has not been given an adequate amount of answers to get closure. This was her only child. This was her only son. This was her baby. This was the only grandchild, the only nephew, the only child in the family, and they watched him grow up. And then for him to be taken away, so tragically. And when you send your child, the way it was done, she sent her child to school, and he's supposed to be starting this new life, this new wonderful, independent life. And he's off on his own for the first time. And, he came here, hundreds of miles away from Long Island, and he was going to school in Buffalo State, and to be tragically taken away. And mom, Rokisha, still have no answers. That's tragic in itself, you guys. So I really do want anyone who's out there listening to comment. If there's anything that you feel that we need to be talking about, tap in, let us know, because this is for sure the People Station. The goal of Think and Grow with Beck Green is to bring light the topics that the people are talking about here in Buffalo and around the world. We are not bias here. If you are listening and you are in a different city, right? Because the Joker's in Albuquerque. You may be in Albuquerque listening to us. So make sure if you feel that you're not getting justice anywhere, send us the story. We will definitely look into it. Like I'm definitely going to be looking in Jalia Marrero. And forgive me if I am saying her name wrong, but she was a young woman who had gotten murdered. And there's just some fishiness about this whole story, and the aunt is like, I believe it's the aunt. She's like, I feel like no one's listening to me. And, that this person of interest took my family away from me. Could you imagine feeling like that, and not getting any answers, Joker?
Yeah. That's something that when something happens to a loved one and you can't get answers, or you can't get any feedback of what's going on or information, but you're grieving, you're going through some things that it's tough. Especially going through that, somebody lose a loved one over a murder, and over something, a life taken. That's a human being. That's it's tough. And I lost a lot of close people and friends and all that too. And then that's really tough. It was tough on me, and we
Yeah.
just had to find ways to counsel ourselves sometimes, because it's tough to get help sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like how you said we have to find a way to counsel ourselves, especially if you aren't into formal or traditional counseling. A lot of us, we don't feel safe that there's a safe space when we go into counseling, so we rather not. So it is a good practice to counsel yourself, and a lot of that deals with self development. Working on your inner self. Because that inner self has to
The
be
inner
okay,
being.
right? That inner self has to be okay. The inner self, man, we fight our inner selves every day. We nurture, or we should be nurturing our inner selves. I talk to little Booby all the time. Little Booby's feelings were hurt the other day, and I had to, pat her on the back and be like, sweetheart, it's okay. Look at you now.
That's
Because
it.
sometimes that inner self, it's hurtful. Hey, Simone, our next co-host just came in. OG Moan coming in the house. Come on up. Come on up.
Oh, yeah.
OG Moan is in the house, y'all. OG Moan is in the house. We just talking nothing to do about nothing. Ooh, the big wig in the house. Look at this. Shout out Rose Gold Rails. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Tell me this is not fire. Okay? Fire.
Yeah.
He killing it. Look at those dollars on Big Wig.
Yeah. Big wig.
Big Wig is in the house, y'all. Big
Yeah,
Wig
I gotta cop me some. I gotta cop me a hoodie or something, or a short
is
set for the
fire.
summer.
It's fire.
Give me some Air Force Ones to match that joint, or to customize me something.
We probably have to readjust the camera and everything, but welcome. Your first time being up in the studio.
And it's not always.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
I love it up here. Jay's been doing some photo shoots, so I can't believe every time I come up here, Jay got it way different. Like you can't even imagine what this square footage can become. Like when we did the Tyler Lewis interview, Joker, you can't see it, but there was a space over here. Usually the couches and stuff over there. There's a wall over there, which I didn't even realize.
Is it in the same building? Because I was there back in the day when they did it.
No, he's in the Tri-Main building now.
Okay, different building. Yeah, in different building. I was in the old building back in the day. Yeah, the old building was nice too.
Now. Yeah, God willing, that it's just gonna grow. It's just gonna grow and become all that it can be.
And I got his back. I'm gonna push that thing.
Okay, that's what I was saying. We had that conversation a little while ago. 716 Live is going to pop off because, like I was saying, it truly is the people station. It's a place where we can go and air out our grievances and talk about the things that truly matter here in Buffalo and around the world. I don't want to be biased and just have it be just one city. We are airing from Buffalo, but it's the people station, right? It's about
it's the real people station.
It's the real people. Oh, I like that.
Hey, you gotta say the real people station, not the people. It's the real
people station. Oh, we gonna have to use that tagline.
That's the new
for sure.
We gotta lock that in.
I wonder if we go in on her phone, is it gonna echo?
I don't hear no echoing right now, but everything's good.
Okay, I was wondering if I can send her the link and we can go in on the phone until right now the camera is just Jay got to come in and readjust the camera. So
I'll wait.
Yeah, all right. You can hear everything.
I'm tuned in.
So we were just talking about the Peyton Gendron, and he was sentenced. He had like what, 7 life sentences. There's no chance that he's ever going to get out of jail. No chance for parole, anything like that. But is it enough? You know, is it enough based on what he did? Like, he tore apart a whole community. Is it enough? That's my question to anybody that's listening. And if you are listening to the replay, put in the comments. Let me know what's your feelings on this. Was it enough for you, like the several life sentences, or do you think that the death penalty should definitely be put back on the table? For me, I don't know. You know, if it's the death penalty or even like, I don't even know what's enough. Like, what's truly enough?
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, he did something so heinous.
I don't think it's enough. I think when you lose a loved one, you can't get that person back.
Absolutely.
It is not enough. It's like, you got to go through this for the rest of your life. You know, all you have is memories, you know?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. All you have is memories. That one video that I had put in the group chat where that woman, and you could tell she was so emotional. She lost her sister. And as she's talking, it was like she was reliving it, and you can see the emotion coursing through her bodies. And you know, just to go through that and have to talk about it, and just thinking about the memories. Like she said, her sister was her best friend. She's somebody that she spoke to every single day, and now she's dealing with this tragic loss that did not have to be. Like, that was pure hate that came to Buffalo and shot up tops. You know, that was nothing but hate. And you can see the pure emotion going through her. And before you know it, it was a gentleman jumping over, and they were trying to get him out of there. You know, like, you can't bring those family members back. You know, and then there's kids that were hiding in coolers and stuff. What about, you know, their well-being and their mental state right now? You know, the nightmares. Could you imagine? I'm 47 years old. And I couldn't imagine, hey, Elise Renee, thank you so much, pure. Hey, I agree, that was just pure hate that came to Buffalo, and for no reason. For no reason. They're trying to say that he was recruited, you know, because of social media and everything that's out there. Yeah, there's all types of social media out there, but that does not mean go and shoot places up, you know, and kill people. Like, that makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. But I also want to talk about some other things. So Valentine's Day was the other day. And I was thinking about this yesterday because I had saw on social media, somebody had put a post in saying the 15th was Side Chick Day. The 15th was Side Chick Day, and I was thinking to myself, man, well, you know, if that's the case, you know, there's probably a lot. I know a lot more single women than I do women in relationships. And then I started weighing the pros and cons of, you know, well, what is the pros and cons about being in a relationship? Because sometimes it can be a headache. You know, because you're dealing with a lot of personalities there. And then I was like, okay, well, if you are a side chick, like, that could be a headache, or even a side dude. I don't even want to limit it, because there's some dudes that don't mind being second as well. You know, when the dude leave, you call him up and he come stop through. But I was just thinking about the pros and cons in Valentine's Day, and how sometimes that can be very triggering and a depressing time for people, because they don't have anyone to, I guess, buy them stuff. Like, what's Valentine's Day even about? What is it all about? And do you feel like that sense of loss if you are single in this world and don't have Valentine's? What about you, Joe?
It's a thing that people get caught up, because it's a holiday that the people, I should say, put it together for a money thing for the economy, and get people stuck into being in love and spending money, going out to eat, buying the champagne bottle, buying the roses, you know, and that should be every day. That shouldn't be just on that day that they putting together. Because my wife, I give her flowers just because, not because of our anniversary, not because it's a birthday, not because that's my better half. That's my best friend. That's everything to me. So, you know, sometimes we be sitting in the living room just watching TV, and I got friends doing some work, she got friends doing some work. I'm like, let's go out to dinner. It's on me. Let's go. Like, just because.
And those
You
are
know
the
what I mean?
things that you miss
You know,
being in a relationship, things like that, like somebody to pour back into you, especially when you are having a bad day. I think that's when it hit single people the most, when you are having a
A
bad
bad
day.
day.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's like, dang, I don't have anybody that I can lean on. I don't have
yeah,
anybody strong enough in my life that I can lean on and help me, like hold my shoulders up a little bit because this weight is so heavy. Yesterday I
Mm-hmm.
wore the heavy pressure clothing, and sometimes it feel like that, And
Yeah.
I just had all of these thoughts in my head,
you know
Mm-hmm.
what though?
when Valentine's
You know
Day
what
came.
though? That it is. With you is, you a strong black woman, and you got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things going in your life, and that man got to understand your lifestyle or what you're doing, and learn how to adapt with your schedule and your lifestyle, and still love you for you. It's a lot of men out there is not willing to take that time because you taking care of your mom, taking care of your family, and you got grandbabies, and you take time for them, and you got your thing you love, your me tie with the podcast radio. They got to understand and understand you in that era just as
Mm-hmm.
much as you got to understand and understand them on their schedule, what they got going on, so you can support each other. It's hard to find a man like that, though. I'm gonna be
It
honest.
is,
Just being a
Joker.
man
You done
myself, it's hard
summed
to
up
find.
my
No.
whole relationship life. You in man. I love you. You summed up my
Yeah,
whole relationship life. It's finding somebody that is willing to understand, overstand, understand. Oprah Black
Mm-hmm.
Awana, thank you so much. It is finding somebody that's willing to understand, overstand, understand that. Man, I come with a lot. I got 6 kids. Me and my kids are very, very close. They're my best friends. And we talk every day. At any given time, I can probably talk to 10 family members. I got my niece, and my
Mm-hmm.
bestie. I got so many people in my life, and I am very family oriented. So
Mm-hmm.
I come with a lot. And then I have the things that, my podcast. I have, and then I work a 9 to 5, and I'm taking care of my mom, and I'm taking care of my uncle. So I come with a lot. So I
Yeah.
find that a lot of men are not able to handle my schedule. You hit that right on the head.
yeah.
Right on the head, the Joker. It was like you were in my head. You hit that right
I
on
mean,
the head because that
but,
is it.
but the thing is
That's
this
it.
though. A lot of men got to understand. Like, even when I met my better half, my wife, everybody know her as Rose City. Those who tuned in on the Underground Lounge page, everybody know Rose City. She was my co-host when I first started doing the podcast, and they missed her on the show. But she understood what I wanted and understood what she wanted out of life. And with her busy schedule, because at that time we was in Buffalo, and she was working at her job at her desk at overtime and stuff like that, and I had my little thing going on, working. I was at Home Depot at the time, and I'm working overtime, so what I'm saying, and doing my little thing with the music and all that. So we always had the schedule. So us men have to understand and understand that if you really love somebody, you just can't be selfish all across the board.
Oh, that's it right there. So
Yeah, you
we're
can't be
going to go
selfish across the
into a
board.
quick break.
You can't let just you just can't let things control your life when everything can be all about you when you have the queen. Number one is I love this saying, and I think a lot of people don't disagree with this, but this is what it is. It's in my favorite book of the Bible, Proverbs, and it says that what makes a man? What really makes a man? 90% of the time that makes a man is a woman.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, because beside every great man is a even greater woman. Like I talk to my mom about this all the time, because I'd be complaining about different relationship things and stuff like that, and I'm like, Mom, it seems like as women we have to be strong, and we were made strong like this for a reason. Like, we can handle so much more than men can handle. You guys are definitely strong enough to handle, are supposed to be physically strong. And I think God made y'all that way for a reason. But we have to be all around strong. Like, we don't have to be physically strong, but we have to be emotionally strong. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be spiritually strong because the battle is real and it is
Mm-hmm.
not, it is carnal. It is not, it is carnal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is your
Right.
mind
That's
that you
right.
are battling. And we have to be so strong all the time. And I think that most women, we seek somebody, like you said, that's strong enough to handle that and strong enough to be able to, when we need to lay it down, we can lay it down. You know what I mean,
Right.
Mom?
That's right.
When we
That's
when
right.
we need to lay it down, we can actually lay it down and
Absolutely.
yeah, and not feel like, I have to pick it back up because you aren't strong enough to handle it or
Right.
you aren't strong enough to handle me. I know I come with a lot, and I love hard. I love very, very hard. I'm a Capricorn. I'm loyal to a fault. I hate that I'm
Yeah.
loyal to a fault. I see my mama was married. My mama was with the same man most of my life. So that's all I seen. That's all I know is that type of relationship. So that is what I seek. And I was
Right.
thinking about this driving in because after I got divorced, and not to keep harping on relationships, but after I got divorced, I was like, oh, I never want to do that again. But here recently, I'm like, maybe I would like to get married again.
Of course.
know?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't
Why
know
not? Why
because you know what? Because this is actually the first time that I am on my own.
Right.
I came out
It
my
feels
mom's
good,
house.
don't it?
It feels good. It feels good. This is the very first time that I'm on my own. Yes, I was a teenage mom. I left my mama house with my baby, who's on the line who's on there. Shout out to my baby.
Shout
She's
out.
my oldest, Elise Devajna.
Vagina.
So I left my mom's house with Devajna. I got pregnant with Devajna when I was 16 years old, so I never ever lived alone. This is the very first time after raising my kids and doing a very good job. Thank you, God.
Absolutely.
Support system. Yeah, being on my man, I can live my life. I can
Absolutely.
live that life. Okay. And it does.
That's right. That's right.
Good.
That's
That's
what's up.
right.
That's
Feel
what's up.
good. But it is also scary when you are navigating the dating arena because
Yeah.
you do want somebody that can, handle you.
And you have to be safe.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
just don't want
Yeah.
anybody around your kids and
that too.
Right.
That's why it took me so long after
Right.
me and my ex separated to even venture out. Like I've only, me and him have been separated and now divorced, but we have not been together in over 10 years. But it wasn't until 2018 that we broke up in 2010, but I didn't venture out and try and have a real relationship until like 2017.
I remember,
2018.
yeah.
You remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
You were there. You were there.
Yeah.
She was there. And
That's
because,
right.
yeah, you do. You want to make sure that your kids are
Absolutely.
safe and all of that. So I was thinking about all of these things when I was reading the posts that people were putting up on Valentine's Day. Just thinking about the pros and cons of having a relationship, and that's one of the major ones for me. Having somebody that I can lay my worries down on, and they can, because I'm man, baby, if you having some issues, we can work this out. Okay, that's just me.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Absolutely.
But I
That's
need
right.
you to be able to handle my stuff as well.
If I don't have a Valentine, I don't have a sex buddy.
Ooh,
You're not gonna come see me.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't come see me on the
On
15th.
the 50, you ain't hurt.
No,
Me either.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the
Also,
16th. Don't talk about you locked up. I was in jail.
I'm at the hospital.
My grandma always told me. Yeah, my grandma
Okay.
always told me to don't get caught up into the pagan holidays like that, and be true to yourself throughout the year. And then you don't worry about the Easters, the birthdays, the Christmas. Is that every day? And that's the type of relationship me and my wife have. We don't dwell on the Christmas. You like I tell her in a minute, you don't got to give me nothing for Christmas. I'm good. You know what I mean? And she the same way. You got to give me nothing. I'm good. We do this every day. This is nothing. We be caught up into the system of the world to where it causes havoc into your households where it's not peace. You know what I mean?
Especially financially, it can
Right.
be trying as well.
Absolutely.
Some of these holidays can be a little trying. Like so you looking at the prices of everything. Christmases and all of that. It can be trying, financially. It's hard out here for a pimp. It's hard, bro. It's hard.
I'm out here for a pimp.
So we're gonna take a quick break. Joker's gonna play some music for y'all while we take take a quick break. What you gonna play for the audience, the Joker?
Man, let me go right to my music Rolodex.
All right.
The music Rolodex. And see what we're gonna put. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into it. And I'm feeling some Deja or something,
See, that's why you gotta handle this. You handle that. You handle that. See, I don't even know what I was doing. I'm gonna let you get back in trouble.
I got this.
I don't wanna hear another slow jam. Put your back into it till you're let's get this party started. Shots on shots, now we vibing. Hands in the air like we don't care. Turn around and let me see you throw. Let's get this party started. It don't matter where you are, what you going through. Let this beat clear your mind, make you groove. You can be anywhere, just remember when you bust your favorite move. Was it electric? Or the cha-cha? Real smooth now. Hit the nay-nay. Or the beatbox. Get it started. Let me see you do the show.
Y'all having requests. Make sure y'all put it
Right.
in the chat.
Put a bottom on it. DJ switch up the program.
Let them
I
know
don't wanna hear another slow jam. Put your back into it till you let's get this party started. Shots on shots, now we vibing. Hands in the air like we don't care. Turn around and let me see you throw. Let's get this party started. Don't matter your location. No, we don't. We party like a vacation. Yeah, we do. Anyone from any nation. No matter where you from. Just come on out and do your favorite dance. 'Cause we got the vibes. We got the vibes. And we here all night. Yeah, all night. You know what we here for. So let's switch up the tempo. You can salsa to the salsa. To the wobble. Wobble, baby, wobble. Shoot, 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 shoot. To the two-seat. Let me see you do the shuffle. Left, right, put a bottom on that beat. DJ switch up the program. I don't wanna hear another slow jam. Put your back into it till you're let's get this party started. Shots on shots, now we vibing. Hands in the air like we don't care. Turn around and let me see you throw. Let's get this party started. Oh, what a time to be alive. No need to hold it on the side. Leave it all on the floor. You could do your dance, it'll be alright. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, share this
No
right
need to
now,
hold it
y'all.
on the side.
We live and
Leave it
direct
all on
here
the floor.
on
You could
716
do your
Live. We
thing.
live right now on Wiki Pro with
DJ
Rick
switch
Ring.
up the program.
Let's go.
I don't wanna hear another slow jam. Put your back into it till you're let's get this party started. Shots on shots, now we vibing. Hands in the air like we don't care. Turn around and let me see you throw. Let's get this party started. DJ switch up the program. I don't wanna hear another slow jam. Put your back into it till you're let's get this party started. Shots on shots, now we vibing. Hands in the air like we don't care. Turn around and let me see you throw. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, that was Deja right there. She's from the islands of South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing, no doubt. Man, that was a good jump off right there. Y'all continue to stay tuned in right now. We here and live and direct here with Vet Green. Thinking and growing. We thinking and growing today.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Me and Moan G, OG Moan. Me and OG Moan was just talking about the Super Bowl and Rihanna's surprise. She pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. You know what? Anytime people ask me when they have a baby and they ask me, well, how soon do you think I should wait? For me, I say have them suckers back to
Back
and
to get it out the way. That's
Get it
right.
out the way. So
Yeah.
she's smart. Go ahead, Rihanna. What is the
Yeah,
artist name?
that was the Deja, and the name of that song was Bottom on the Beat. You can get that on Spotify. You can get it on all the platforms, YouTube and all that. She fired. And she definitely on her thing. No doubt. But yeah, the Rihanna did her thing. Yeah, she definitely
did. We
did her thing. And
can you
and I got a bone to pick with a lot of people that was putting posters up today.
Yeah. Can you put the name in the put the name up so they know who that was? The Joker. We had a couple people ask who that was. You playing some fire music out here. You got let them know who this is. Let them know who it is. That was fire.
Definitely go post that up so you guys can check her out and all that. But I have a bone to pick with some people that was talking about the Super Bowl. Like, we know that Super Bowl have advertisements and stuff like that, and everybody's posting up and going on Google saying that the Super Bowl don't pay for the halftime show. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, but now, do you think that Michael Jackson, Prince, Dr. Dre, Katy Perry, all these halftime shows, do you think they're gonna do that for free?
We are talking about the Super Bowl, and the Joker is saying that he saw a lot of people, being misled or providing misinformation about how people are not being paid when they perform at the Super Bowl. And his beef is like that. That's ridiculous. Yes, they are being paid. No, they aren't being paid by the NFL. They're being paid by the sponsors. They're being paid by the advertisers. That's who's paying them, right, Joker?
I think that their payment was like Rihanna. She gained a lot of followers. People started looking into her Fenty Beauty more. And her sales went up, I think they said like 600 and something percent.
Wow. See,
from the Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
But she got paid.
No.
That's a perfect example.
Yes. And you figure, when the last time you even heard anything from her?
Right. Except for about the Fenty line.
Right.
She's been like MIA for a while.
Yes, making her money.
Chasing her newest song, her newest album, her newest song is off the Black Panther soundtrack.
That was after
Black Panther 2 soundtrack. She performed that's the first song she sung. In the Super Bowl was off the soundtrack. And but she, the Super Bowl sponsorship used to be with Pepsi. Now it's with the Apple Music. Apple Music has it now.
Yeah.
And so if it says sponsored by Apple Music, then who paid her?
Apple Music.
Paid her $10 million. She got paid $10 million to do the halftime show.
You know what? The Joker, some people just don't use the sense that God gave them. Like they just rather be combative and just, go along with their own thing and not even do the research. They just talking out their head. That's what I like to call it. They just talking out their head. They don't even know what they're talking about. But to prove you're wrong, now they go start lying about it. I read it on Google. I read it
on Google.
and let's talk about that conversation now. When we first started on Google back in the day, they set us up for failure. Okay, they set us up for failure because they put all the information on Google for us to search for all these years. But all of a sudden, since the pandemic came, they changed things. You noticed that, right? When you
I know whoever pays that advertisement
and all that. Yeah. And then they lie about things to keep us deceived. The Bible said the world is here to deceive us. What is happening here? We're being deceived. So you're going to Google that, and it's going to say Super Bowl did not pay Rihanna. We all know that. But who did? You're not going to get that information. But when you know business on sponsorship, if you have a sponsorship right now, Vet Green, for your podcast. So say that the Pop-Up Show with the Joker, want to be a sponsor. I'm paying you to put my logo on the banner, and I'm the sponsor of a segment of your show. Okay? So that means I paid you. Right? So now the sponsors came to do the halftime show. They got that slot. they have that slot now. And when they get that slot, that means they got to pay whoever's doing that halftime show. They got to pay him. Not the NFL. NFL not putting nothing out their pocket.
So
because they get paid off it though.
Was that the gripe because Rihanna has not been paid yet? Because like OG Moan was saying, like her sales, her streams and stuff went up. I mean, right there, that's all monetary gain. Just because it's not the monetary sense that some people who are not business minded are thinking about, she still got paid. Like she's going to get paid.
Yeah, she's going to get paid. Publishing. That's a publishing check.
Yep. So
crowd start gathering when I start rapping.
It's your boy Drizzy Drake going out rocking.
Throughout the east, south, west, and north. Crowd start gathering when I
boost in song sales and a 140% surge in streams in the U.S. alone. This is just from one performance. How long did she perform on that stage?
But she's going on that stage for, I believe, it was 13 minutes.
Yeah.
13 minutes.
Right.
Hell yeah, Rihanna got paid. What are y'all thinking about?
Ain't nobody doing nothing for free. What do you mean? Like people. I think the internet have the dumbest people in the world. I think the internet exposed how dumb people really are.
Oh, that's it right there. That's it right there. Because everybody does not. You know what? I don't even want to say that they lack the common sense. They just aren't using the common sense because they think that everything on the internet is true and everything is real. And that's just like they have the sound bites. They'll come out with the sound bite because that's basically what that was. Oh, Rihanna didn't get paid, and that's it. Like, and now you're running with, oh, Rihanna didn't get paid, but you gotta look into the story and see. Right. This is what happened. Like, this is what happened.
Right.
Tell me what y'all think about. So Kanye West got married again.
Oh,
I
wow.
know this is old news. I know you didn't know.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he got
goodness.
married, yeah.
Yes, he did. Did you know the Joker?
Yeah, I knew they got married. Yeah.
Kanye got married again?
Yeah.
To who?
What is his? Let me look it up.
It's shoe. The person that designed his shoe, I believe.
Yeah,
the
she
woman
was.
who designed his shoes.
Part of
Yeah.
his- yep.
Oh, wow.
Bianca Sensori.
Hmm.
Yep. But what's funny is that she looks very, very familiar. Tell me she does not look a little bit like Kim Kardashian, especially in that newest one. It's a new one that she had, that they had up on.
But you know what they say, the exes always seem to get somebody that
look like. Remember it? I don't know. It's kind of creepy to me.
That is creepy.
It is
If you're
kind of
gone, you're
strange.
gone.
That one was a little bit creepy. He spent some time with Russell Simmons, who for some reason
Really?
I thought was out of town.
Right. I didn't even know he was in the U.S.
Yeah, me either.
Right.
Did you know that he was in the U.S.?
Who's that now? Say it again.
Russell Simmons.
That he
I thought
wasn't
he
living
was
in the
not
U.S.
U.S. Tell me she don't look like Kim Kardashian in that picture.
She looked like Ellen.
She do kind of look like Ellen.
With the short hair.
There's a picture that Page Six has on their website of Kanye West and his wife Bianca Sensori on Valentine's Day. So they spent some time with Russell Simmons. But this picture, and you guys, if you have a chance, if you are out there listening, even if you're listening to the replay, go to Page Six or go on the internet and look up Kanye West and Russell Simmons and look at the picture of his wife. And you tell me, put it in the comments if you believe she looks a lot like Kim. I don't know. She giving me some Kim vibes. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy, Kanye. I love you long life, but it's a little bit creepy. You know, I just want to make sure you are right in these life streets.
That's right.
She looking like Kim and she's looking a little miserable over here.
Already.
She's looking like, I don't really want to be doing this.
Okay.
He just cheesing. He just cheesing. So what new music have you been listening to, the Joker? I know
so many music that I've been getting. A lot of music in my inbox. A lot of people hit me up. It's an artist that I didn't upload his music yet, but his name is M3. I want to get it right. M3X. He's like number rumor. His name is something like that. But he is very talented out of Philly. I've been listening to his stuff. Also, the Buffalo's own, them boys, 14 Mafia is a beast. A beast. I got them on rotation. I got the whole layout on Spotify. I checked them out. They all follow me on all platforms now, and I'm just enjoying their music. And you know, while we talk about it, I can play one of their joints right.
Yeah, and I love yesterday. Yesterday was the first time where you actually were able to tell somebody that like they're doing the right thing as far as the marketing aspect. And I was happy that because they're young, you know, and you were like, you were going to use them as an example for what to do. And I thought that was awesome because they really are putting in that work and they're doing it on their own. And I like how they have their team with them.
Very organized.
You know, they got the queen, the agent, they got the lawyer with them. They came official.
Yeah. Yeah, they very organized. They're definitely laid out. The content is amazing. They're consistent on their page.
Being so young? Were you shocked by them being so young?
Yeah, I'm not really shocked. I think they did their homework. I believe they did their research. I think they all came together and actually went into like the Googles and probably went to the library and read some things. They got the lawyer involved. Everybody's a team effort, and they just realized that you're a brand. They know they're a brand. Everybody's playing their position. You know, they have a team. They built a team. I talked about that on my show this morning. That you got to have a team. You got to build a team that understand what you're trying to do. They have everything in line, and everybody in all their page, not just their group page, but everybody on their personal page is all organized on their content, and it's so consistent, it's so beautiful, it's so professional. I've never seen that since Divine and Debonair.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge, and for them to be so young and be organized and about their business. Big shout out to 14 Mafia. They are definitely one of my favorite groups here in Buffalo, New York. I love what they're doing. I love how they are actually doing the work on themselves like that. They wowed me yesterday when they got to talking about their mental health circle that they do. Like they are really healing each other.
Listen,
and they're leaning on each other.
They the number one group in Buffalo, period.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I don't see nobody coming together like them. Coming up, them brothers and them sisters and their team is just so in detailed on everything they're doing in music and business. Yeah. That's what you got to do. And their marketing is crazy. They got to polish some things up that'll come to pass. I'm not even worried about that. If I was worried about that, I would definitely tell them to plan. But I'm gonna let them do their thing and let they polish it up how they polish it up because they definitely moving forward. Salute to them.
Big shout out to 14 Mafia. Let's get into one of their tracks. Did they send you, because I talked to Woo earlier, did they send you that new one, that YMC, YMCMB?
They sent me the one I got loaded up now. I got the one I played yesterday, which is
okay, go ahead and send one of their tracks.
Yeah, this joint right here.
This is 14 Mafia, y'all.
It's the mob. 14.
14 rolling false, call it blitz in your city. Yeah. You cannot get with me, I'm smoking on pressure, it's out when it's sticky. Yeah. The all blacks are burping, you know that it's 10, they can't see me like Stevie. Yeah. And you know it's 14, we in Queens, so Latrice come trick for the stimmy. 14 rolling false, call it blitz in your city. Yeah. You cannot get with me, I'm smoking on pressure, it's out when it's sticky. Yeah. The all blacks are burping, you know that it's 10, they can't see me like Stevie. Yeah. And you know it's 14, we in Queens, so Latrice come trick for the stimmy.
14 rolling folks calling blitz in your city, yeah. Y'all cannot with me, I'm letting this chopper scream just like it's Whitney, yeah. Been flipping these bricks, so I told them don't hit me, won't come less than 50K. Been feeding the needy, but your ass can't even give up a penny. Shame, do business like Diddy, then we pulling up all black with the simmies. Little baby, come with me, just run up a bag while we cruise to the city. Like Tori, I'm litty, she asking me up, now I'm pulling her panties. Don't care for a Grammy, just living my life, and y'all mad, y'all can't stand me. Whoa,
call it a blitz. Don't got a front with a tech for these people to know I'm this. Roll through the city, got two brothers with me. We throwing up for shot our butter, get busy. No passing the split through the burger. We all smoking faces, call Devin and tell her it's lit. I be the one that's empowered 250. Send out and call to Lamar, drive the city, rolling full, call it blitz in your city. You cannot get with me, I'm smoking on pressure, it's out when it's sticky. Yo, I'm like suburban, you know that it's 10, they can't see me like Stevie. And you know it's 14, we in Queens, still a tricks to come tricks for the stimmy.
Ay. 14, 4 beam, rolling in 4 cars of bliss in your city. Rolling in birds, my constability. He rapping on beats till I rap 150. You want a bar, light up the spot. Light up his car, but he in the city, you rapping in bridge. He talking that crazy, I'm spinning his wig. Ay, they can be testing me, guess it's like a referee. Rest in peace, got sauce like a recipe. I'm feeling like Chef G. Hold up, sheesh, nah, bitch, you can't ride with me. You better just ride it, just ride it. Say shit from Milwaukee, cause you know that I keep them bucks.
14 rolling plus, call it bliss in your city. You cannot get with me, I'm smoking on pressure, it's out when it's sticky. Yo, I'm like suburban, you know that it's 10, they can't see me like Stevie. And you know it's 14, we in Queens, tell her tricks to come tricks for the stimmy.
Yo, that joint right there, man.
Y'all keep on coming strong in this 716, man. Y'all only going to the top. Ain't nothing with no other place for y'all to go but to the top. I will keep y'all up there. We are going to shake hands up and do a little shake, okay?
Yeah, that joint right there, blazing. You know, that's nothing yesterday. That joint right there, them boys. Yeah, I like the name too. 14 Mama, that they did to add and add up to 14, the 716.
The 716.
Yeah, that's clever. I like that. That's fire.
So OG Moan just showed me this crazy post about Lil Duval. And maybe y'all out there in YouTube land and Facebook land have heard about this. So apparently he's talking about when his daughter gets her period, that he's gonna be the first man to dog her. What is that all about? Y'all help me. Help me understand Lil Duval. What is going on? So he's saying, so most of y'all just started thinking about sex at 11 and 12. Okay, cool. My daughter is moving in with me at 10. Be real, fellas. If you mess with a girl and she had a daughter that you seen grow up, would you want to mess her? F her when you grow up. That's disgusting also.
Come on.
And I seen that happen.
Yep.
When a man was with a woman and then he ended up messing with
her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Am I wrong for thinking that there's something wrong with that? Now, Lil Duval talking real with that, but this thing about you dogging your daughter.
No, he's saying that. Read it.
Oh, where is that? Here, you read. I done messed that whole thing up. It takes a team, y'all. It takes a team.
Hot topics, man. Let's talk about it.
We talk about hot topics. I guess the question is, if you raised a child, you were with their mom, whether it's a male or a female, because it can go either way. If you were you were with someone and you helped them raise their child, and you and the mom broke up, or you and the dad broke up, and this child got grown, and they may be attractive in that sense, would you look at them in that sense?
No.
And would you want to date them?
No. That's sick.
But you do have a lot of boys that gravitate.
Yes.
They look at their mother like,
oh,
I can't even finish it. That's
a mental problem.
What'd you say? That's a mental problem?
That's a mental problem.
That is a mental problem.
How do you look at your daughter and say that as soon as she has her period, you're going to be the first one to sexually dog her out? How do you do? How?
Yeah.
You need to get reported.
Little Duval.
You put it on social media, and you bold like that, you need to get reported.
Oh, they on him.
Oh,
what do we say? Look,
and they say he under fire for the disturbing tweets about her daughter. He said, and they say nothing he can say can defend that.
No,
that's true.
No,
like that kind of makes me look at him in a different.
Look at him. He looked like a look. Come on.
Oh, Lil Duval, the disturbing. So it says I'm looking at hiphopfx.com. Hiphopdx.com is reporting that Lil Duval had came under fire allegedly about some past tweets about his daughter's sexuality. I guess these are tweets that he had made in the past. That's why it's very, very important that depending on what you want to do, you better hold.
Watch what you say.
Watch what you say. For real. So I guess the tweets were unearthed by Pop Crave, and they showed Duval talking about dogging out his daughter when she first has her period, and asking Justin Bieber to rape what?
Rape him and her. I seen that. I seen that. Come on.
Okay, yeah, that's a little disturbing, y'all.
Yes,
Tell me your thoughts. Have y'all heard about this?
That's
You
not
don't
even
have
different.
the words,
That's,
bro.
that's not. I can't even. I can't know what. I mean, that's just something. Woo,
You don't even know what to say.
man. No,
Oh
I can't.
my!
I got two daughters, and I tell them they beautiful all the time. But I don't. No,
You don't look at them like that.
no.
You don't look at them like that. So many people have been molested, and like that's nothing even funny. It looks like the tweets were back from 2010, but it's still disturbing.
It's still right.
It's still disturbing.
Yeah.
So she was 10 back then?
And she must be about 10. Yeah.
No.
Or maybe she was just born.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, it's still disturbing.
I don't care if she's 40.
Okay. It's still,
Right.
it's still disturbing.
That part.
Right.
I don't know.
Nothing can make me, I don't care how bad, down on my luck, in need of a Valentine I am.
Right.
My son is not attractive.
Oh, not at all. Like, man, I done changed
No.
these kids' Pampers. I don't even look at them like that. Like,
At
oh,
all. At
Right.
all.
Oh.
Yeah, we wiping Dookie and stuff with all that.
Right.
Yeah.
We try to
Right.
come
At
out
some
and
point-
doing that.
I don't even want nothing to do with it. You got something going on down here? Let's go to your doctor.
Right.
Don't show me nothing. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a bump on your inner back? Okay, we're going to go to the doctor.
Right.
Yeah, let the doctor handle that part.
One of the things that disturbed me, and I know we're going to be closing out in a little while, one of the things that disturbed me that I saw in the news that happened the other day, that there was a shooting of 5 people. There was a fight on Cornwall, I think. And the 5 people that got shot, they were teenagers. I mean, these were kids, 13, 14, 15 years old kids,
come on.
and then a 42-year-old here in Buffalo. There
Wow.
was a fight on the corner. Yeah, it was on WIDB. Was reporting that. I was watching the news the other morning, but I was thinking to myself, why would these kids be tussling with a gun, or why would a gun
Right.
even be involved in a teenage fight?
Mm.
That's
Wow.
disturbing to me.
Right.
Like the crime rate, it's like these kids are getting younger and younger and younger.
Because there's nothing in place for them to do.
there's none.
What can they do?
That's true.
What
Right.
after school programs do they got? What community centers? Back when I was young, they used to have a YMCA and
Yeah,
Yeah.
for us it was the French
New
Power.
Skate Land,
New
The
Skate-
7 to
Power.
7.
Yeah.
They had the
They
PAL,
actually-
South Buffalo PAL.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, they
right.
had the Father Bell League, Father
Yeah.
Bell and the West Side.
They could go play
Talk about
basketball.
Yeah, Riverside.
Not everybody can
Riverside
afford
Park.
to pay that.
Right.
They charge
Yeah.
for it.
A lot.
You know, whatever
Old
happened to
Park,
that.
all that.
Right.
It's a lot. I got a niece who, I mean, thankfully she only have the 2 kids, and
Mhm.
but it's a lot because her son, I mean, that traveling basketball, it could be thousands,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
thousands
Yeah.
of
Right.
dollars.
So they got to get that. They have to get all of that pent up.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to. And sadly,
There's no place. For
what they
them to
say, the
do it.
devil, an idle mind.
Yep.
is the
idle
devil's
mind is the
playground?
devil's time.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Hello.
Idle mind
That's
is the devil's time.
Give these kids something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a regular child at home. You leave a kid at home,
They can get into
they're gonna do
everything.
some foolishness.
Shoot, you leave an animal at home for too long, they go tear up
Right,
some shit.
right.
Anything. You got
And the
to
crazy
have
thing
to
about
keep
it is OG Mo, you hit it on the head about how some of the kids are doing. They got the funding for it,
Mhm.
and they're not
Yeah, they
even
do.
using that funding for those things. We
Right.
have that.
Absolutely.
I've been to city council
Yeah.
meetings. You know what I mean? I'm not in Buffalo now, but when I was in Buffalo, living in North Buffalo, I always go to those council meetings and stuff because I was involved with a friend of mine that was involved. So I used to always come to the meetings with him. Just give me educate what's going on in my city.
Mhm.
Then I went to a couple of them council meetings, and they used to before. I don't know if you have been to a council meeting before. Have you ever been to a council meeting before?
Not too many. I've been to a couple. One in Buffalo that was with
Okay.
Our Action Buffalo. They had
Right.
some things going on, so I attended that with them. And just one, we as a people, I know I need to get more active because it's at the
Yeah.
local level where things truly
Mhm.
matter
Mhm.
as far as us.
Because when you do go, they if you go there on time, they actually tell you the funding of what's going on. They have the city council president come up and they say, before we get to the meetings, this is what we have going on. We have funding for housing, we have funding for education, we have funding, and they'll give you the price, they give you the numbers. And I'm like, when I went to one, I'm like, you can give them the numbers, and that number is pretty big on education. That money very big for daycare. That money is big for things going on for loans for churches and for nonprofit organizations. And I'm like, you got all these numbers. Who's getting this money?
Right.
Where's the money going? Like the $1 million that Buffalo is getting for upgrade, and they're, from what I read about it, is that the money is supposed to be distributed evenly, through the different, the East Buffalo, West Buffalo, but unfortunately, like South Buffalo, I live near South Buffalo. South Buffalo, for the most part, is not as bad as some areas on the east side, especially Broadway. Like, oh my goodness, it's horrible, and like the impact of poverty can be felt and seen in a lot of areas.
Absolutely.
And man, I can't even believe it's a shell of what it used to be. I remember going down on Broadway with my dad, your granddad, and
he used to live down here.
Yeah, all types of stores. Like, it was the place to go, and now it's
Kmart used to be down there. Blockbuster.
Oh, wow.
Remember?
Wow, I forgot about that. Kmart. Yep, they made Kmart into something, didn't they? What is that now? It's nothing.
Nope.
Wow, see, that would have been a fabulous community center.
Sure would.
Right there on Broadway.
Perfect community center. But they had the funding for it. Like, if you go to any one of the council meetings on the east side, south, you can pick one. And you can go onto the website, or you can Google it. They'll tell you the times of, they have one every month. Usually be like the first or second Wednesday of every month. And you can go and you get there on time, get your coffee and all that. And they'll have a spreadsheet of the funding of everything.
The Peacekeepers should start something like that, right?
Yeah, what? I started following them on Instagram. Yeah. So the Peacekeepers are supposed to be just that. And I saw that they're actually going to be doing some things at the rail station, the Metro Rail, to help make people, I guess, when they're riding at different times, to make sure that there's
whatever happened to what is that called? The Fathers, what was they?
The Fathers program. My uncle run that.
Right.
Lenny. Yeah.
Why don't a group of men get together and start some type of program for the boys? Right?
Yeah, like the Cave of Abdullah.
Right.
The man in Michigan, he started a program that teaches these young men fundamentals.
Right. What happens after high school?
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you drop out.
Yeah,
That's
or if you're in a group
or if you
you're aged out.
Absolutely. Or just love, period.
Yeah.
You're 14 years old. Why would you be outside after
a certain time?
Yeah, right.
There's no.
Where's an adult at?
Yeah.
We was raised different. We have to be in the house when the lights come on.
Right.
Yeah.
My son is 17 and I still have control over him like he's 4.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I need to no. I don't let that control go.
Listen.
Yeah, that's right.
When you don't have to ask me, that's because you don't live with me anymore. Other than that, no.
I'm still very, very protective of my kids.
Absolutely. You gotta be. You have to be.
Yeah.
Especially this.
The world can be so cool.
It is. It's very cold. Yes.
One of the topics I want to get into this season of Think and Grow with That Green. I was talking to somebody and for some reason about the 80s, because I've seen such a change happen in many of our neighborhoods during the 80s. That's when that transition happened. The Joker, you can remember OG Mo,
absolutely.
Crack came in.
Oh man,
totally changed.
Those are the people we're dealing with now.
Those are the people that we're dealing with.
We're dealing with their kids.
We're dealing with their kids.
Yeah,
and that is going to be the topic.
Yeah,
and I don't want to sound like I'm being judgmental.
It's not judgmental. It is what it is.
Yeah, what happened to these babies that were born addicted to crack?
Right. Those are the ones we're dealing with now. Their kids.
Yeah.
Because we OGs.
We OGs.
We 70s.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we
So-
OG. Yeah, we definitely OGs. Yeah, we definitely. They call me triple OG though now.
Triple OG, triple.
Yeah, you got us by a couple years. By a couple years, you got us.
But you can tell the difference in the quality of the parenting.
Put the triple on that
That's
thing.
it,
Yeah,
OG
you
mom.
can tell it, can't you?
That's it. It's the difference in the quality of the parenting.
When I was in school, the principal was allowed to discipline us.
yes.
And then call
I
it
got
parents.
what's on the stage.
I got whooped in class.
I
I went to school 31. Miss Stallings tore me up.
Mm-hmm.
She was the principal. She tore me up. And then she called my mother.
Yep.
My mother came up there and tore me
tore
up
you up.
for embarrassing her. And I'm like, what?
That's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Miss King got me. Miss King
Man.
put me on that stage in Lincoln. I
Now,
went to Lincoln Elementary
Come
School
on.
in Lackawanna.
yes.
And I was misbehaving. She took me up on that stage and whooped my butt, okay? And when I got home, it was a whole nother thing.
Hello.
because Mama didn't
Yeah.
play that.
At all.
Okay, at all.
No.
I see,
Yeah, let me
I
tell
see
you
some
something.
parents when their kids acting up in school, they blame it on the teacher.
Yes, they do.
What
Come
is
on, man.
that?
And
I
cuss
believe
the teacher out.
me and you talked about this vet on one of my shows. I got whooped by the mailman.
Going down.
I got whooped by the landlord. I got whooped by the next door neighbor who was
real.
white. Yeah, whooped my behind with
It
a
was
switch
real.
threw off that tree.
Mhm.
Sure did. Threw it off that
That
tree.
was back when
It
people
tore my
cared about
behind
the
up.
kids.
Yeah.
Now people don't care about kids.
Yep.
They don't really, they feel like, I'm not seeing people, kids outside fighting people. Come on, move, mind your business.
Yep. Or they pull out the camera. Grown up.
Grown
Pull out the
ups.
camera.
Yes.
Like this, trying to tape it.
Yeah.
You're asking who won. What do you
Come
mean?
on.
Who won?
Yep.
These kids out here fighting. Why do you
Unbelievable.
think that's okay?
Yep.
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 So we gonna get into that next week, y'all.
How do you feel about the aliens, the
I believe in
unidentified
it.
objects?
I believe in it. OG Mom.
Oh yeah, I'm out here. I'm out
You
here.
out there? Yes.
This is where it's
What
at.
about
We
you,
see
Jay?
it
How
every
do you feel
day.
about the aliens? Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe that we're the only beings in this
No.
galaxy? Impossible, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's impossible.
I'm going to tell you why we're not the only. They've already said there's a super planet that mimics Earth to the T. It has oxygen. It has water.
They found water.
They found- yeah.
They found I guess something that only water can make, H2O. I
Right.
think.
But this is the thing. If you have all of that, how is it no life there? We can't reach it because of how many light years it's away. Come on. We're not the only.
We can't be.
Nah.
What,
No,
what
we
is an alien?
An
Maybe
alien
we're
could-
the aliens. Jay.
Right. Aliens.
Maybe we're the aliens.
Right. They can ship. What is that called?
Shift
Shape.
shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Shift shape.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like I
Okay.
was beamed up before.
Okay.
I feel like I was beamed up before.
give y'all
What do you think an
I
alien
give y'all
is?
some weird knowledge. Look at it. Look at your womb. When the babies develop, what it look like?
Mm.
Come on.
So
That's right.
Because
Absolutely.
you can't even go down that deep.
No.
There's so much. So Jay, I don't know if you heard him, but Jay,
That's
he
right.
thinks that there's plenty of aliens in the ocean. I do too.
Absolutely. Did you see the
We
video
talked about the ocean.
Did you see the
Everything
video?
Came out the ocean.
where the jets was chasing the that thing that was flying and it goes down in the water?
Wow. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, wake up.
That's
Yeah.
Wake
right.
up. Wake
You gotta get
up.
your third eye open.
You
You gotta have your third eye open all the time.
got to. On, what was it? 14 Mafia last night. At the end, they were talking up. We did our, like we always do, nuggets, and I think it was Messiah who mentioned 19 Keys. And when he said it, I was like, I think I listened to him, but I wasn't sure if it was the same person. But it is. I listened at 19 Keys. He I don't know what he subscribes to, if it's Islam or anything like that, but he has a lot to say, you know, and his thinking, I subscribe to a lot of what he has to say, because he makes you think like you aren't the only being, and just brings us back to, you know, like we would be ignorant to think that we're the only people in this galaxy.
Our brains are set up to deny before they accept.
Ooh.
Because of how they taught us in school.
That's right.
And even if you see stuff, sometimes you're like, nah, I know I
That
ain't.
can't be it. Yeah. You done seen a whole alien.
You
done seen and it's like, wait, no, I didn't. Hold on. You rubbing your eyes.
Listen, when we were talking about it earlier about the UFOs, and I was like, I think I done seen some UFOs.
Come on.
You know, I stay looking at the sky.
Yes.
I'm always looking up.
Yep.
Okay. And it had been a few times that I've been seeing something, and I was like, that is not a star.
It's too common, and it didn't happen until after China, right?
We might be seeing more of it. Or
I think they're gonna make themselves visible definitely before the year is out, probably. Because look how often
it's happening. Yeah, in our group chat. So
it happened in Buffalo.
What?
Did you see the video on Facebook? The dude went live.
What?
Yes, over in the let me see. And I'm like, what in the heck is that?
What about all these derailments, y'all?
Yeah, come on.
So is there a conspiracy with that? Have you heard about these trail derailments that's been going on, that's been carrying all types of chemicals?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot. I've seen a lot of things. People talking about a lot of things on this internet now. We know things getting revealed now. Everybody got phones now.
That's right. They hide it no more.
Everybody
hide it
now.
See, before phones and social media, they was able to say no, it didn't happen. Don't put it on the news. Don't put it in the newspaper. Now they can't hide it, just like he said.
Everybody can't lie. Everybody ain't lying now.
No.
You trying to tell me 1,100 people lying?
Nope.
Like, right? You know, I was born that night, but not last night.
Not last night.
I know that's right. So yeah, y'all, all I'm gonna say, we're gonna be ending this soon. I'm gonna just say this: pay attention to what's going on in the world. Hey, Black Ace, thank you so much for checking in with us again. I see you out there. I appreciate you tapping in again with 716 Live and Think and Grow with Vet Green. I hope you come back again next Wednesday and Thursday. We will be back here live, and the Joker will be playing some music. So I just want to end on a good note, like I always do. And we will start with you, OG Moan. What kind of advice or a nugget would you like to drop to our listeners tonight? Give them a little bit of OG Moan advice.
A little bit of OG Moan.
A little bit of OG Moan advice. I'm telling you, when she hit me with when that heart and mind aligned.
Come on.
Said,
Come on. I'm gonna just say this. Let today be better than yesterday. Rose gold.
Ooh, we gotta come up. We gotta leave out with some rose gold.
Gotta plug them in.
With some rose gold.
Cause you see what we're doing over here.
Oh man, it's big wig. It's big wig up in here. Okay. It's big wig up
you
in
see
here.
what we're doing.
He came hot. He came fire with that whole body of work. Whole body of work. Hey, fire with it. You got the big wig on. Oh, it's big wig time. Look at that. Big wig time. Look at Big Sis. Big Sis making sure she representing up in these streets. Representing up in these streets.
Come on.
That's right.
If you're not wearing a big wig, you butt naked. Sorry. We're gonna have to get the Joker one.
Yeah, we is.
Joker, you're gonna have to inbox me your number. I'm gonna make sure you get a sweatsuit. I mean, send your mailing information in your size.
Yes,
I'll definitely rock. Give me a hat too, like I'm rocking my homegirl clothing line. You know, diamonds.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always.
That's right.
Every time I'm on my show, I got some merch I'm wearing. I wear Piffy Trillium clothing
like
line.
that one too.
I got a lot of people's clothing line and they merch on here. And I make it do. I got that Dale Hayes and Rose Gold Rail. I'm gonna blend it off today.
Dale Hayes. Interviewing him. He's only available on certain days, and unfortunately, it's not the days that I'm usually on here, the Joker. So I'll probably talk to you this weekend and see if we can, get a pre-record with Dale Hayes. Big shout out to Dale Hayes.
Dale Hayes on, I get Dale Hayes. I do my interview joints on Sunday, so you might be free on Sunday because I do my pop up on here on Sunday. So
okay, so maybe we can do that.
And also, I'm interviewing DJ Marvel. I don't know. OG Moan, you remember DJ Marvel back in the day? He used to do all the after parties in Buffalo, all the after parties back in the day when all the shows just come to the auditorium. He used to go to Jasmine's. He's DJ at Jasmine's back in the day in Faces, Water.
We was young. We was young back then.
Saturday, I would have at 2 o'clock.
We wasn't even old enough to be in the bar.
See, the Joker remember everybody because he always been in the music.
Okay,
so he remember everybody.
Yeah.
DJ Marvel will be on the show Saturday at 2 o'clock live on the platform.
I'll make sure I tune in.
Yeah,
man.
I hope that I'm not doing anything. It always seems to be something that I'm I'm doing on the weekend. So
Yeah,
hopefully
2
I'm
p.m.
not.
He be like 2 p.m. your time, Eastern time. And
Okay,
that's
Eastern.
12 o'clock my time. I'm gonna have him on, and he gonna be on the show. And we gonna make it do what it do with my man DJ Marv. We got a story to tell. He's from Brooklyn, grew up in Buffalo, went to college. Now he in Charlotte doing his thing. DJing out there, heavenly, doing his thing, man. He got him and his wife, his son. He definitely doing good. He's blessed. So I can't wait to have him.
That's a good look.
I
right
love
there.
seeing people that come from Buffalo and become successful in their own right.
Yep.
You know, even though you may not be like this huge.
The hard work done paid off.
Yeah, exactly, OG Mama.
That's right. Instead of having somebody hand it to you.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, all of that. All of that.
Yeah.
Like the hard work is paying off.
That's right. You got to grind so you can shine.
Man, that's what's happening
Right.
up
That's
here.
right.
That's what's happening up here. Can we get
Boo
to
putting that
a
work
rose
in.
gold? I'm putting in that
Come
work.
on.
This is legacy building.
Come on.
We gonna get into a rose gold. Do you got fresh fruit?
I got Rose Gold and Del Rey.
Come with the alternative, but it's time to put the
Oh, no,
home
you don't have the
jerseys on
new
for
one?
this one. Yeah,
we
man, I
gotta
like
get
that
one.
idea.
When the lights get low.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta send it to.
You gotta send it to 'em.
live.com or Grind City NL.
You got to send it to me. Yeah, Grind City at NL at Grind City
Because
NL.
you just dropped a new
gmail.com.
video too.
Yeah, I saw that. To have them file that.
Yeah.
We the underdogs and it's time to win. Lacing up, we walking out, defend our side. Let's get it. Yeah, too many years and many tears. Running out, not many years. No belief, losing many peers. Many fears that we overcome. Looking back at the things I've done. Standing here made me think I won. Scramble back, now I'm on the run. Gamble plays, but I take a shot. Down one, and it's all I got. Sure, I know it seems a lot. Slow and steady, won't see it stop. Playoff time when it see me fold. Call the rails, all we see is gold. Greatest story people ever told. Pledge allegiance when the lights get low. Back to back, yo, I got you, bro. Pick me up while I'm tired, grinding hard, still gotta chase the goal. Long shot, but we got it. Fear nothing and no man, so let them know that we bout it. To the very end, I'ma give it all. We rise together, we fall together. We a band of brothers, and we came to ball. We the underdogs and it's time to win. Lacing up, we walking out, defend our side. Now let's get it.
Light flow, but I shine bright like the forehead on a body. I don't wear jewels on my thumb, but I'ma need 4 rings like an Audi. They blitz in, I back and drop bombs like the army. I touch down, she call me, no old lines, just all D. They know we came to win, we on fire and they could tell. All the Gatorade in the world ain't gonna save them from this L. All a hater could do is burn up some merch after they bought it, but they bought it. I don't care if you wear my jersey to hell. They bump heads when they huddle, that's when they really in trouble. Treat this game like a hustle, they score, we bring it back double. Get they weak when they running, they squad don't got enough muscle. Next play, watch how we pop them and score up a fumble. Every team wanna get me over, my helmet's a high price. Contract so big, you would think I was signed twice. And at the end of the game, when them lights get low, they whole team in the locker room checking my highlights.
Back to back, yo, I got you, bro. Pick me up while I'm tired, grinding hard, still gotta chase the goal. Long shot, but we got it. Fear nothing and no man, so let them know that we bout it. To the very end, I'ma give it all. We rise together, we fall together. We a band of brothers, so we came to ball. We the underdogs and it's time to win. Lacing up, we walking out, defend our side. Now let's get it.
Hey.
When the lights get low.
Hey, yo, bro, we've been on the road way too long for this one.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was Rose Gold. Rose Gold Real with my man Dale Hayes, man. That joint right there, fire, man. I broke that
That
record,
is
man. I had
fire. I like that song ever since you were playing it on your show. So we about to end this. Before we end it, we got the owner and CEO of 716 Live about to drop a gem. I wanted to grab him real quick because he always busy, always doing something. I swear this man wears so many hats. It's crazy. He's keeping it all together. So go ahead, Jay, and drop a gem on the listeners of Think You Grow with that Green, because I value what you got to say.
Drop
I
that
respect
nugget.
your hustle.
That's right.
You hear him?
the mic. I got to hear him now.
Oh, wait, he said he can't hear you. He said he can't hear you. Let me make sure I turn it up. Can you hear him now?
Yep, there you go.
There we go.
There we go. We got the owner and CEO of 716 Live on the mic.
What up? Yes, I'm not talking, but let's see. Nugget, I would say, maybe I'll go with Don't Assume Tomorrow is Promised. That's what I would go with. Don't assume tomorrow's coming.
Absolutely.
Do all you can today.
Right now.
Ooh,
That's a fact.
That's a nugget.
Talk your stuff.
Okay, cool.
Say it again.
That's a nugget.
Do it now.
Emphasis on do it now.
Mhm.
Period.
The emphasis.
Don't
on
put off tomorrow what you could do today.
Yeah.
Handle it.
Because I know I'm like, oh man, I'm fighting procrastination all
Right.
The drag master.
What? Ooh, what?
Not all the time though, because you be having a lot going on.
I do, but I can drag.
You know you
get caught
do.
up in the light thing. And
Right,
put it off.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Don't put off.
You got to take time for you. That's all that is.
I gotta practice more self-care and not be from you too, Jay.
Well, yeah. Well, prioritize and discipline.
Mhm.
And just making sure that nothing gets in the way of your priorities, whatever they are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Priorities don't matter if you all messed up
That's
though.
a fact.
Look at OG Moan and Jay up here dropping.
Come
some
on.
gems. Okay, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you
This is
see me
what
quiet,
this
right? You see me listening.
is about. We are here to give advice. And also,
That's
like the
OGJ.
Joker said, the Joker came up with. I don't know if you heard it. The Joker came up with a beautiful slogan. The real people station.
There it is.
Okay,
Real.
The real
this is
people.
the real
Like,
people
like,
station. Go ahead and
Shout
say
out
it.
Joker.
Okay,
Shout out Joker. Man.
Shout out.
He came
Without,
through when
without.
we was on Larkin.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He was wondering if we were still in the same place.
We're in a new, better spot now.
Yeah,
yeah, no doubt.
it's only up from here.
That's a fact.
It's only
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
from
yeah.
here.
I'll be in Buffalo in July, so I'll be right in the
Don't
studio
do
with
it,
y'all
don't do
in
it.
July.
Man, I can't wait. Man, big shout out to Abby and D'Amica for and what is it, Lit Buffalo doing the 716
Oh yeah,
live
Lit
music
City,
awards,
yeah,
Lit
yeah.
City Buffalo. Yeah, big shout out to them because they're bringing something special to Buffalo. I'm looking for and 716 Live, y'all better listen,
Oh, yeah.
y'all, because we putting in the
Right.
work, okay?
You gotta be nominated.
Work.
You gotta
Something
be
better
nominated.
Right.
Yeah, no, you gotta be nominated. I'm gonna be voting for all y'all.
Man, me
Right.
too. Man, so
What
I see
what
it.
category we gonna be under?
Best podcast. No, best
Can't even do it.
best production studio.
Yeah,
Some
production
music
studio.
live.
They might nominate you for a podcast, and they might nominate you for the probably for
We gonna
personality.
need a new category,
A new
bro.
category.
716 Live became a platform with platforms on it. So
Platforms on it. That's right, Jay. You better speak it. You better
Yeah.
speak it. We in a lane on our own, y'all. Make sure y'all, when it do come that time, make sure y'all nominate 716 Live because Jay and the team, everybody's really working hard to make this thing become a reality. I was talking to Jay earlier and I was like, man, I see the vision. Just like with Don over at the Evening Rush, the owner and CEO there, I see the vision and I'm so happy to be a part of what's becoming because online radio and just this genre period is fairly new. Like podcasting has been around for a while, but the way this setup is, like you can come here to the 716 Live studio. It's an actual studio. You can record a podcast. You can get your dog home. You can do a photo shoot and you can record music at the same. It's crazy. It's crazy. And to have, this in Buffalo, I just think it's an awesome time, the Joker, because Buffalo is the eyes are on Buffalo.
that's right.
Yeah,
The eyes are on Buffalo right now. So this is the perfect opportunity to,
I like to drop a jewel. I was just talking with I was talking about this in my morning show this morning. I was with Jacob talking to Jacob Six. Those who know who Jacob Six is. Jacob Six. He worked for Diddy. He's the president of Diddy's Combs Global, a new enterprise website, and he's my mentor. And me and him had a big conversation about Buffalo, and he even had Diddy on the line on his phone while he had me on a different line. And Diddy was like, he don't know why Buffalo is not tapping into the network place of what's going on because Diddy said, I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy said out his voice with Jacob, he is watching. He's watching the city, and nobody's taking advantage.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that you have to go outside of Buffalo or the fear of leaving, because I think many of us, and interviewing 14, we're having a conversation with 14 Mafia yesterday. They had said something. You want to be popular in your own city first, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that.
Most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like it just doesn't work out like that.
Sometimes the strongest hate come from your
right? City.
You see a lot of rappers go back to their own city.
And get the most
and get killed.
They get killed.
That's right. That's fact.
Yeah. And what's the other guy name?
716
Everyone, I don't know.
The one that he was at the getting the donuts.
Oh God.
What you talking about? Young Dolph.
I'm so
Young Dolph.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I believe in the vision, and Buffalo, listen. Support 716 Live. This is truly the people station. You know, not only the people station, this is a place for you to come and become. You know, whatever that dream is, you know, it's a place for you to come and become. Like I am every time I come up here. Like I come up here for the energy. You know, I love doing the podcasting thing, but I come up here to get filled up. I can be having a bad day. The Joker, I was talking to you earlier about this. I having a bad day and come up here. And it's like all of that is just gone. Or maybe I was talking to you earlier.
Me.
And I'm like, I just come
about it. We both talked about it today. Yep.
It's just, you know, if you are trying to become and you don't know how to become and been thinking about doing a podcast or thinking about recording that track, Jay, I'm telling you, email 716live@gmail.com.
Here it is, Vet. We got to shoot a commercial.
Man, listen.
We have to shoot a commercial.
Man, don't sleep on yourself. Listen, I am big on self-development, and it starts with you. Okay? Don't sleep on that dream. Don't go to sleep on that dream. Don't go to sleep tonight on that dream, y'all. That's my nugget that I'm leaving. Don't go to sleep on your dream. All right? I love you, long life. And if you are interested in having a podcast, you want to record some music, or you just want to have a conversation to find out what 716 Live can do for you, hit up 716live@gmail.com. Yeah. What song we ending on, the Joker? What song we leaving them out with?
We're gonna leave out with something real nice today. Would y'all want to hear some hip hop? Y'all want to hear some R&B? What y'all want?
For wearing your many hats as well. I appreciate you.
I think you know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and play some Buffalo female hip hop. I'm gonna play Pretty Bully, and she just
my girl Bully. Shout out
like
Bully.
200 different type of radio stations right now, and I've been following her way for a while. And I got to play my home girl. She killing it, you know.
Bully. Pretty Bully. You ain't never had to walk in these shoes. I seen it all. I got nothing to lose. So who you talking to? Niggas talk shit like they got something to prove. But I ain't smiling cause I wasn't amused. So who you talking to? I'm the one that come and step in this booth, making these waves like I'm riding the cruise. So who you talking to? Running with the dudes, yes, I'm one of the few. I'm ball heavy, but I'm keeping it cute. So who you talking to? I'm a beautiful savage, nothing average about me. Niggas sleeping, so I'm making public service announcements. Ball count goes from 1 to 1,000. Put me on your projects, I do you dirty like you sleeping in housing. Nah, I'm not the one to go rounds with. I'm bodying sessions, I'm not Megan, but they call me a stallion. But who am I to deny pleasure? Just pick a beat that these freaks catch a vibe and I'ma ride it better. All I'm doing is applying pressure. So pick a side and pick wise or realize who you dying next to. These the balls that should come with stretches. I'm killing guys with these lines, the pen glides like a flying red bird. It's a lot of dudes that try to stretch her. I get a rise from these guys, but be advised, I don't need your pecker. Cause I'm a diamond in this berry treasure. Applying pressure to you pussies popping Heimlichs for sweet nectar. You ain't never had to walk in these shoes. I seen it all. I got nothing to lose. So who you talking to? Niggas talk shit like they got something to prove. But I ain't smiling cause I wasn't amused. So who you talking to? I'm the one that come and step in this booth, making these waves like I'm riding the cruise. So who you talking to? Running with the dudes, yes, I'm one of the few. I'm ball heavy, but I'm keeping it cute. So who you talking? I'm finding pockets on the beat like loose change in the sofa. But keep it sexy like the wood grain inside of a Rover. I'ma show you how I keep my composure. I won't hold you. I be chilling like them groceries that's holding the cold stopers. Polka Poker face to those unfamiliar. Gotta keep my distance from niggas that try to drill her. With the drama lies and fictional kisses, they come with real swerves. Saving my private from Lil Ryan's like I'm Spielberg. I'm the verb in this script, the way I take action. These chicks be nervous and shit, sticking to safe captions. They straight capping. I'ma stay tapped in and take a little sip from this cup I'm holding my yak in. Pressure bust pipes and I'm the type to really pop off. Nigga, I been nice, make your bitch look like a knockoff. I'm off the radar in the gutter like a ditch, delivering lyrical bliss. What's better than this? You ain't never had to walk in these shoes. I seen it all, I got nothing to lose. So who you talking to? Niggas talk shit like they got something to prove, but I ain't smiling cause I wasn't amused. So who you talking to? I'm the one that come and step in this booth, making these waves like I'm riding the cruise. So who you talking to? Running with the dudes, yes I'm one of the few. I'm ball heavy but I'm keeping it cute. So who you talking to? Whoa. Bully, beautiful savage, nothing average about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's funny because I always see him in my views, but I never see him in my likes. They don't ever comment. They don't ever share nothing. They don't ever pull up the nothing I got going. Stop telling these folk you fuck with me, bro.